Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I have been doing some speed puzzling because I have to get myself ready for the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship in September. And so far I've only done 3 speed puzzling runs. And I think my times are okay, I guess. But if I compare them to last year's competition times, I'm nowhere near the top 10. So I thought I should probably practice more, so I at least have a chance to get somewhere. And yeah, I've collected quite a few 500-piece puzzles, so I'm gonna start with 3 today because my back started hurting so much that I couldn't record the 4th one, so yeah. And I know I asked you guys if you wanted me to do the live videos with them, and I said I would, but there was just so much to figure out right now and not enough time, so I decided I'm just gonna start my practice and then I'm gonna figure out how to do live videos for a bit further down the line, but it's still something I want to do, so bear with me. I've got quite a few reasons to do speed puzzling practices because I want to figure out if it's better to do the full flip or do the sorting first, do the micro sorting. So I wanted to try different things with different puzzles to see what works best for each. So I genuinely wanted to do micro sorting for the speed puzzling competition, but after doing those 3 puzzles I realized that for some puzzles that just doesn't work. So I want to walk you through the puzzles I've done in this round and tell you what worked for them, what didn't work, which techniques I used and which ones I wanted to use. So you kind of get experience what my mind had to go through doing the puzzles, I guess. And maybe if you have any suggestions for me, I would love to hear them, so you can write them in the comments down below. And I'm just gonna start with the first puzzle now. The first puzzle is a 500-piece puzzle by Trefl, and the title of this one is Harry Potter. So this is one of the puzzles that I thought is gonna be quite easy because it's got a lot of different sections, there's a lot of different bright colors, and I think that makes it a lot easier to putting the puzzle together. And this was actually the first puzzle I did in a run and I actually really enjoyed it. So I decided to go for micro sorting for that one, and it worked really well because there's so many specific colors and sections. It was really easy to do the sorting, and I think knowing the Harry Potter characters helped as well because as soon as I saw a face feature I knew who it was, so it was easier to do the sorting. So I don't want to do too much talking beforehand, I want to show you how it went and then we're gonna return to me talking. So this was my fastest time for speed puzzling, 1 hour and 5 minutes. The fastest one before that was 1 hour 15 for Cute Dogs in the Garden. And as you can see that the micro sorting paid off. Even though it took quite a lot of time in the beginning to do the sorting, I think later on it was so easy to put the puzzle together. Once I actually started to put the puzzle together, it was so fast. I'm a little bit disappointed that I couldn't get it under an hour, but I'm still really pleased with my time. I think it's time to move on to the second puzzle now. So the second practice puzzle is a 500-piece puzzle by Ravensburger, and the title of this one is Schwerin Castle. So this was my second one and I absolutely hate the picture. It's my worst nightmare. It's basically just sky and grass, and it's definitely something I don't want to do. But it's a 500-piece puzzle and I don't really care which ones I get because I don't know what I'm gonna get at the competition. So it's basically as long as it's got 500 on it, bring it my way, and I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I really didn't look forward to putting this puzzle together, but it is Ravensburger puzzle, so I guess that's a bonus because obviously we're gonna be competing with Ravensburger puzzle. And yeah, I think it's time for me to show you how it went. As you can see, it took me 1 hour and 32 minutes, which is not a bad time. For the competition you have to complete it in 90 minutes, so I would just be 2 minutes off, unfortunately. But it was quite a complicated puzzle, I'm not gonna lie. So I did micro sorting for this one as well because it really helped me with the first puzzle and I thought, I love it, I'm gonna use it again. And it really did help a lot. But this puzzle is quite old and I had a lot of misfits. So I had quite a lot of problems with the sky because I couldn't find the right piece. And then I realized that I assembled the frame wrongly, basically. So I had to reassemble it and then I managed to finish the puzzle. And the trees were obviously awful. I don't like trees, and I think the fact that this is an old Ravensburger puzzle didn't help because it doesn't have specific shapes as it does today. So yeah, I definitely did not like this puzzle, but I'm glad I did it. And the third practice puzzle is a 500-piece puzzle by Educa, and the title of this one is Train Station. I was actually quite scared of this puzzle because it looks chaotic, but after doing the first 2 runs I was like, well, I know how to do micro sorting now, it's gonna be easy. And yeah, it wasn't because with a puzzle like that, I have no idea how to do micro sorting because there's so many different details that if you don't really know the picture a lot, it doesn't help you because otherwise every piece you find you're like, where do you belong? And it's just taking more time than it's saving. So yeah, this was definitely harder than I expected it to be. Well, the sorting was harder than I expected it to be. So when I started doing the sorting, I honestly didn't know what to do because after the first 2 runs, I just had this confidence like, oh, it's gonna be really easy doing the micro sorting, and I had no idea what to do. Like, I did my best, but I was so confused. Like, it took me, I think, 20 minutes just to do the sorting and the frame. So I didn't really do micro sorting for this one. Like, I tried, but it didn't really work. So I was basically doing it just by color, and that doesn't help in the long run. So I really thought that this puzzle is gonna take me 2 hours. So the fact that it only took me 1 hour and 26 minutes, I think it's still good. So I'm not gonna say I'm super excited about my time, but I'm happy that it's under 90 minutes. So yeah, quite pleased about that because, you know, we want to get to the finals. I actually really enjoyed this puzzle because I really liked the picture, and I think if I didn't speedrun it through, I would enjoy it even more because, you know, there's so many little details that you can just focus on when putting the puzzle together. So the conclusion I've got after doing the speedruns is basically that you cannot decide on the technique, I think, before you see the puzzle. Because even if you think one thing could work, if the puzzle is so different, it could actually slow you down if you do the same thing that would work for the other puzzle. Like for the gradient puzzle, I've noticed that it's basically best to just do a full flip and then just see the gradient and just, you know, take it out rather than doing like the full sorting, I guess. So it completely depends on the puzzle that you get. And also the second thing I learned is that it's really difficult to know if you're actually getting better because so much depends on the puzzle, like the picture itself, then the puzzle quality, then the shape of the pieces. Like all of that plays a really big role in how quick you put the puzzle together. So I genuinely don't know how I would check if I'm getting better, but I guess like if you take the average time of the puzzle assembly and just see over time if this average time has improved, I guess. So I don't know, but I think just doing more runs is gonna get me better at it, hopefully. I know it's still quite a lot of time until Spain, but I do kind of want to get under an hour to be my average time for a 500-piece puzzle. It looks impossible right now, but you never know what can happen, so I'm gonna keep practicing. And if you want to see the reason why I started speed puzzling, just watch this video up next. Bye!